Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to the chemistry class for the students of Standard 9. We are talking about diffusion. Last class, we had learned about what is diffusion and some factors of diffusion. In this class, today, we will learn diffusion and also effusion. Dear students, you had remembered what is diffusion, isn't it? Diffusion is the tendency of solid, liquid, or gas to spread spontaneously and uniformly in any medium is called diffusion. And if a substance takes less time to diffuse or spread, its rate of diffusion is higher. And if the substance takes more time to diffuse or spread, its rate of diffusion is lower. Dear students, this diffusion process depends on some factors, and the factors are temperature, state of matter, and also mass. Here we had learned how diffusion depends on temperature and state of matter in last class. Today in this class we will learn how diffusion depends on mass or molecular mass of a component. So before doing this, at first we have to know what is mass. Mass is the mass or molecular mass of a component. What is molecular mass? Molecular mass is the mass of one molecule. Now, the rate of diffusion depends on this molecular mass. If the mass or molecular mass of a component is more, it will take more time to diffuse. Dear students, be remembered, if the mass or molecular mass of a component is more, then it will take more time to diffuse. That means it will take more time, it will go slowly, and its rate of diffusion will be less. In the same way, if the mass or molecular mass of a component is less, that means the light substance, it will go hurriedly, it will take less time to diffuse, and its rate of diffusion will be more. That means if molecular mass of a component is more, its rate of diffusion will be less, and if molecular mass of a component is less, its rate of diffusion will be more. Now, molecular mass, I told that the mass of one molecule of a component. Dear students, in next chapter, we will learn the mass or molecular mass of a component from its atomic mass. So, atomic mass, it is the mass of one atom. The mass of one atom is very less value. So here specific atomic mass is used, and by using this specific atomic mass, specific molecular mass is calculated. Here I will show how molecular mass is calculated from the atomic mass. Now, atomic mass you don't know. In standards 8, you learned mass number, isn't it? You learned the mass number of atom, of element. Here, mass number is nearly equal to the atomic mass of atom. For example, mass number of hydrogen is 1 and atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.0000 something, but we can take it as 1. Atomic mass of carbon is 12 and mass number of carbon is 12 and we can take atomic mass of carbon is also 12. Okay, just atomic mass or mass number of chlorine, we learned that the mass number of chlorine is 35 and 37, but atomic mass of chlorine will be 35.5. And other all atoms from 1 to 20, we will take atomic mass of a component of an atom is equal to its mass number. Now, how will you calculate the molecular mass? For example, here hydrogen. In hydrogen, there are 2 atoms. How many atoms are there? 2 atoms. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. So, molecular mass of hydrogen will be atomic mass of hydrogen into 2, because here in 1 molecule hydrogen there are 2 atoms, and 1 into 2, that comes 2. Atomic mass or molecular mass, it has no unit because it is the specific molecular mass, which we will learn in next chapter. Oxygen molecule. Here oxygen molecule, what is the atomic mass of oxygen? Atomic mass of oxygen is 16, because mass number of oxygen is also 16. So molecular mass of oxygen equal atomic mass of oxygen into 2. That is 16 into 2, that comes 32. In the same way, water. Here molecular mass of water, there are 2 atoms, hydrogen and oxygen. There are 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. There are total 3 atoms, 2 elements, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So the molecular mass of water will be atomic mass of hydrogen into 2, because there are 2 hydrogen atoms, plus atomic mass of oxygen, and it will come 2 plus 16, that is 18. In the same way, ammonia. There is 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms, and the atomic mass of nitrogen is 14, and 3 atoms hydrogen, 3 into 1, and the total molecular mass of ammonia, it will come 17. In the same way, carbon dioxide, 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. The atomic mass of carbon is 12 and the atomic mass of oxygen is 16, and there are 2 atoms, so it comes 44. In this way, molecular mass of any component can be calculated. You can calculate the molecular mass of any component from their atomic mass. Okay, here for calculating or for comparing the diffusion rate, we need molecular mass. So here just I shown here, but in next chapter you will learn how the molecular mass, or at first you will learn how atomic mass is calculated from its mass number, and then you will learn calculation of molecular mass. Dear students, here just these atoms you need, and some more atoms you need also, but you can calculate the molecular mass by using this formula. Now, here there is a question: compare the diffusion rate of hydrogen, nitrogen, hydrochloric acid and carbon dioxide. There are 4 components. These are hydrogen, nitrogen, hydrochloric acid and carbon dioxide. You have to compare their diffusion rate. How will you compare? You will compare by calculating their molecular mass, and after calculating the molecular mass, you will see where the molecular mass is the least. The component which has least molecular mass, its rate of diffusion will be higher, and the component which has more molecular mass, its rate of diffusion will be lower. So at first calculate the molecular mass of these. We know the rate of diffusion depends on molecular mass of the component. The molecular mass of hydrogen, nitrogen, hydrochloric acid and carbon dioxide are calculated below. Molecular mass of hydrogen, it comes 2. Molecular mass of nitrogen, it comes 28. Molecular mass of carbon dioxide, it comes 44. And molecular mass of HCl, it comes hydrogen, it is 1, and chlorine, it is 35.5. it is 36.5. Now dear students, molecular mass of which component is the more? Carbon dioxide, then HCl, then nitrogen, and hydrogen has the least molecular mass. So the molecular mass of carbon dioxide is greater than hydrogen chloride, is greater than nitrogen, is greater than hydrogen. So the rate of diffusion of hydrogen will be more, then nitrogen, then HCl, and carbon dioxide has the least diffusion rate. How we have calculated this? By calculating their molecular mass. Now there is an experiment, or there is also a question, that is where white smoke is produced inside the test tube. This is a test tube, and the test tube, where in one side there is a cotton soaked in HCl. Here in this cotton it is soaked in HCl, and in this side there is also a cotton which is soaked in ammonia. Now dear students, there is a question where white smoke is produced inside the test tube. In this test tube there is HCl and there is ammonia, and look, these two sides are closed. That means this HCl and this ammonia, they will spread or they will move in this side, and white smoke is produced where? Now at first question, what is white smoke? Why white smoke will be produced in this test tube? Actually, white smoke, that means it is ammonium chloride. In this side there is ammonia and in this side there is HCl. When both they come here in this position, they will meet, ammonia and HCl, they will meet together and they will react and they will produce ammonium chloride. And actually the question is where ammonium chloride is produced. That means ammonia comes and HCl comes. In which position they will meet and where they will react to produce ammonium chloride. The color of ammonium chloride is smoky. So the question is where white smoke is produced. Now ammonia and HCl both are gas. So what are you thinking? They will meet just at the middle of the test tube? No, they will not meet at the middle of the test tube, because they will not go in the same way. Their speed is not same. Here ammonia and HCl, ammonia, it is gas, HCl, hydrogen chloride, it is also gas, but the molecular mass of ammonia is 17 and the molecular mass of HCl, hydrogen chloride gas, it is 36.5. Molecular mass of ammonia, it is 17 and molecular mass of HCl, it is 36.5. Molecular mass of ammonia is less than molecular mass of HCl. That means the rate of diffusion of ammonia is more. That means ammonia will go faster than HCl. So ammonia will go more distance than HCl. HCl will go less distance and ammonia will go more distance. And the white smoke will be produced in this position, that is near to HCl, because ammonia will go faster and it will move more distance and HCl will go slowly and it will move less distance. So the white smoke will not be produced at the middle of the test tube. It will produce just near of HCl but far of ammonia. Now dear students, this is diffusion process. Now we will learn what is effusion. Look, diffusion, the process where spontaneously and uniformly the solid, liquid or gas spread. But effusion, it is not spontaneously spreading process. Effusion is the process where the gases move from high pressure zone to low pressure zone through a fine pore. That means the passage of gases from a high pressure zone to low pressure zone through a fine pore is called effusion. For example, when you spray any body spray or perfume, then in perfume there is a little hole and it is spraying, but that means it is not spontaneous process because the smell, it comes through the little hole, little pore. So this is an effusion process. But when the smell is spread all over the room, then the process is diffusion, because now there is no pore or no effect of pressure. The passage of gases from a high pressure zone to low pressure zone through a fine pore is called effusion. For example, look, this is a balloon. Inside the balloon there is air, and when a little hole is made in the balloon, then the air comes from the balloon to outside. The air comes through the little hole. So this is an effusion process. In effusion process, there is a effect of pressure, because when air comes through a little hole, then it comes from a high pressure area to low pressure area, and it comes through a little hole. So it is effusion. Now, what are the differences between diffusion and effusion? Here, diffusion is net passive movement of particles from a region in which they are in higher concentration to region of lower concentration. And effusion is the movement of gas particles through a small hole. Diffusion process occurs in solid, liquid and gas molecules, but effusion, it occurs only in gas molecules. Molecules move freely throughout space. Movement of molecules occurs through tiny holes. Concentration gradient is the driving force. Concentration gradient of gases generates a pressure gradient. Collisions occur among the molecules. There is no collision among the molecules. A less efficient method, more efficient due to the pressure difference involved. So dear students, today up to this. So thanks to everyone. Next class we will meet with some new topic. Goodbye to all.